Sound stripe. Fan Spectrum, I see you. Let's go.
We're back at the ballpark, guys. Where is he at?
This is the only union that we're gonna bust. I'm a union baby.
Come on.
You're not serious.
Come on.
You're not serious.
I gotta stick with MJ.
Okay.
Hey, you don't have to say it because I'm here now.
Okay, my boy Paul right here.
Hey,
They can figure it out.
Fan Spectrum, right here, right here.
How's your guys' week? How did everything go?
Oh, it was good.
Yeah?
Really good. Really good.
Nice, man.
I get to make the children some soup. It's the best.
The best. Oh man. No, yeah. This week was pretty crazy, man. I saw a lot of famous people I never thought I would see. So.
Oh yeah, tell us.
Oh man. So today, well, it's just a lot of stuff. All right, so Thursday I go, Chris Rock is performing,
All right.
performing at the Dolby Theater, which is where the mishaps happened.
And
so,
explain the mishaps for us. Explain what was
where
that
Will
mishap?
Smith, where Will Smith slapped him, So
Oh,
it's-
okay.
It's a big. It was a big deal,
Keep
It was a big deal. No, right. It was a big deal. He goes back, and so I was really excited to go see him. I've never seen Chris Rock live, and his stand-up's always on point. He always says it like it is, and then
That's awesome.
it's just
Was it new stuff? Was it new?
yeah, no, it was new stuff.
New content.
It was
That's cool.
so honestly, that wasn't even the crazy part. The crazy part was I'm literally there. The opener comes on, and I see like this bald-headed girl get escorted by
Jada?
yeah.
Jada Smith?
No, not even.
I was like,
If it was Jada, bro. If it was Jada.
What
If it was Jada, it would have even 10 times crazier. But nah, it was so this girl gets escorted, and it happens to be Amber Rose. And I was like, yo, what the hell? I was just random, And so she's walking down, and she ends up in my row. And so she's walking right in front of me. And so she sits down, and I was like, wow, like I never thought I'd be like 2 seats away from Amber Rose talking, watching Chris Rock. And so that was tripped out.
Could you smell her? Like,
No, at first he said, "Did you?" No, I said at first.
I would have been like,
At first I was tripped out. At first I was tripped out because I was like, I don't know who this is, but then it confirmed with the tattoo on the forehead. I was like, yeah, that's Amber Rose. That's yeah. So she did her thing. Go ahead.
Was it like when we met the dad from That's So Raven at the summer league game in Las Vegas?
I didn't go to that game.
Oh no, that's right. You didn't go to that.
I didn't go. It was kind of like it was just weird. Okay, so it gets weirder because Chris Rock does a stand-up, right? And you know how Amber Rose and Kanye were in essence a couple, and so he gets into it about Kanye, and I'm just like, I don't know whether to laugh or be respectful because he's right there. And so I'm like, it was just kind of awkward, you know what I mean? It was just like, I don't know, because I'm not the type of person just to like laugh on people's personal stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, it's out there.
But it's Chris Rock. I said, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Like I'm never. He's one of the best comedians ever, so I just laughed,
Right.
dude. It was crazy,
You're probably never gonna see Amber Rose again in person.
Exactly.
Unless it's
And
on the
unless
internet.
it's-
So
Should have hit her with that Michael Jordan. Should have gripped her head. Michael Jordan.
Unless he was like totally actually, like all up in her face, like you know what I mean? He just
I know. And
This
so
should have went all out.
I was tripped out. And then I go see Chris. He's a really cool guy, and took a picture with him. Really nice guy. And then the next so what's up?
I mean, what did you say to him when you?
I mean, it was pretty brief, bro. Like he had he had so many people just like hanging out with him. I literally just said, hey man, great show. I told him I was a big fan of Beverly Hills Ninja. Like that's literally what
Be one with the chicken.
one of my it was one of my was one of my first like comedy movies, you know, and I was like, you know, he that movie kind of got me started to like knowing who he was in essence. Like,
Mhm.
okay, he's from that movie,
Yeah.
and so and I was a kid, so and I was like, yeah, that was a great movie, and then you know, he was just a cool
Hey.
guy, bro. Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. And
Ohio,
so,
come on now.
and so, no, yeah, and so you know, we took a picture. That was cool, and then you know, for
What did
those
he
of you, what's up?
Did you
what
tell
did
him
he say?
this was football,
Get the
not
sense what
balls?
No, I didn't tell him that, bro. Because honestly, bro, I like, you know, it when it happens, it's like you don't. I got. I wouldn't say I was starstruck. I just like I didn't know how to go into that. I was gonna. I honestly kept thinking like, man, should I bring up the whole Amber Rose thing? Like, oh, that was awkward. But I didn't. I don't know. It was just so fast. Like I just said like, you know, when
You
I
know
first
dang
thought of
well he
Chris
don't
Rock,
care.
you know,
He
that
like
too.
whatever, yeah, like okay, Amber could leave. I can
Yeah,
get
no,
the cake here,
exactly.
but
And
pretty
so
sure.
that was interesting. But so then the next day, you know, for those of you that don't know, I work for the news. I'm a camera guy, and so I get sent to go do Magic Johnson. He has given away turkeys, and that was freaking awesome too.
Mhm.
And so he's a really cool guy, man. Really swole, big. He's just freaking funny, always laughing, cracking jokes. Everybody wanted a picture with him. And he'd do it. Like Magic Johnson's probably one of the coolest basketball players I've ever met. Like that was really cool.
Did you get a chance to speak to him?
A little bit because it was a drive-through turkey giveaway, and so I'm like getting, you know, I'm getting some footage, but I'm also trying to dodge cars because you know I'm not, I don't, I you know, I ain't trying to get, you know.
You gotta wear that safety vest and hard
Hey
camera.
boy, you gotta claim that insurance, boy. You should have let one
Yeah,
take
no,
your leg out the
exactly,
whole
no,
time.
exactly,
You
exactly.
missed an opportunity.
I got that magic insurance. No,
Right.
but
Facts. Buy you a
nah,
new
man.
leg.
Oh, nah. So like, you know, that was cool, man. And then later that day I go you know, I go to a film festival and I'm with Head Crack. If you guys don't know Head Crack, he's a radio personnel, really cool guy. And he's in a film and well, music video. And then a previous video before that is a video of Cheech and Chong. They're like getting these shoes. It's like a little documentary. So I was like, oh, that's funny, but I didn't see them in the theater. So I'm like, okay, that's still pretty cool though. It was pretty much this guy put it out. It's like a little documentary type vibe. So that was really cool. And so we get out, I walk out, and oh, I didn't even get to the other part, but I walk out. And this is in LA Live, so it's like packed. And Tommy Chong just starts walking, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's Tommy Chong. I'm like, dude,
Right.
that's freaking crazy. And I figured he was just really too high. He missed the show. And
Dave's
so
not here.
yeah. And so I'm like, okay, well, that was crazy. In LA Live, also, it was the American Music Awards. And so I'm trying to figure out where this film festival's at. And I don't know, you know, LA Live, they don't really give you signs like, oh, still, you know, you just see the crypto.com arena
Right.
and
Right.
then you know, you just kind of
And
make your
whatever
way over.
there.
And so I'm going to this one entrance and I'm thinking, okay, this is probably it because you know I'm told there's a red carpet and all that jazz. So I'm like, okay, and I've never really been to a red carpet, so I don't know entirely how that works. And so I go and the guy's like, yeah, you know, Cardi B's supposed to be here. And I'm like, oh, word, okay. And so I'm like, you know, I'm just waiting and I wait for Head Crack. He comes and we go in and we're at the wrong place, unfortunately, which I wish we were, but it's okay. As we turn around in the same presence, it's Cardi B and Offset. And we were like so tripped out. But we had to go because obviously we weren't supposed to be there. But that was pretty crazy too. And so, you know, this is all in a span of like 2 days for me, dude. Like I've seen like 5 celebrities, the most I've ever seen in any weekend. It doesn't even stop there. I go see The Alchemist, who's a really good producer if you guys are into hip hop. Kind of like Mad Lib vibes. Really cool, really good producer. I go see him, and then I was gonna go see Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I did not. He canceled his turkey giveaway. But I got to see the mayor of Los Angeles and like had a one-on-one with her.
Okay, that's cool.
And she's the first woman mayor of Los Angeles. So that was
Right.
really cool. That really capped it off. And then I saw Garcetti, who was the previous mayor, but it was just like a lot of like, names that I never thought I would see that just kind of just like
cross
came.
paths.
Yeah, and it was just like I really like this last couple days I've just been really grateful. Like, man, I've been in the presence of this person, that person, and it's just like at first, I've been getting starstruck, but now it's like, these guys are just regular people, and
Yeah,
the
facts.
stuff they do, I really appreciate a lot more. But it's been definitely a cool weekend, and I've been like, really soaking it in every memory. Yeah, I went from Amber Rose to the mayor. That's literally that's how you put that trajectory
That's
to
a
professionalism
definitely
right there. Just you start at Amber Rose and just make your way to the
Work
mayor.
your way up. Yeah.
That is LA. That's definitely Los Angeles. So yeah, man, and I don't know if it's just like the holiday season brings out the celebrity magic out, but it was definitely a fun time. I definitely had a great weekend, and made me more grateful for Thanksgiving to be the people I've known my whole life, and appreciate people
trying to-
that I see every day.
Restore my community.
Right.
That's pretty.
It was
'cause,
cool, man. Yeah, no, I definitely had a great time. What
that's
about you?
pretty. Because I just spent the weekend cleaning up my son's throw up, man. He just,
At least
I
somebody
mean-
got to enjoy their time, right?
Hey, someone's got to do it, bro.
I mean, so, yeah, I wish he would have done it, but he's sick.
No, damn. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to
Yeah,
hear
get
that,
better,
bro.
Jet.
He's better now, but
Oh,
he
okay.
just
At the time.
like, oh man, like it went from him throwing
does
up to
happen
the losing.
That does happen in LA too. Yes, it does all the
Right.
time.
Everything
That's
happened in
very
LA.
true.
Well, it's funny, you guys for the holiday season, you get the stars and we get snow and cold, and we get colder over here. So, at least somebody's getting something good out of it. We're going from 40 to 20. It's been cold over
here. The thing is, what I like about Chicago, man, is like it definitely sets the picture, the scene of a snowy Christmas. Like you get that Home Alone vibe, which is awesome.
Right.
It's that coziness is what I love about it.
Oh, yeah.
Out here, it's
Stay
like
indoors.
yeah. Out here, it's like yeah.
Mini
Out here-
New York,
Ain't that
right?
cozy about getting smacked with cold wind?
Yeah, and then in Chicago, time's just slower. Like you really appreciate, being with your family as opposed to out here. Everyone's you're hustling more actually, because it's like, oh, there's all these things going on the holidays, and everyone's got to go see it or go work for it or go pay for it. And it's like, dude, like no one appreciates actually the time of who you're with and what you're doing. And it's like
No,
that's
true.
the one thing I do like about Chicago. Just you really appreciate the time. And
Yeah, because either you warm indoors or you cold outside, and I'd rather be warm indoors.
That's it.
pretty much. So let's get off. Let's have a little more fun. Let's talk about some Sunday Night Football. We got the Green Bay Packers against the Philadelphia Eagles. Definitely interesting, man. I mean, you got the Packers who are still struggling, but they kind of seem like they got a little life, and then you got the Eagles who just came off only a 1-point win against the Colts, which is interesting.
Life support.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Is this the start of them falling off like that? I mean, I don't know what's going on with them, but
Man, you know what? I'm gonna make a bold prediction. The Packers.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
The
is there
Packers-
the upset alert
Upset,
again?
upset alert.
They're gonna have probably the worst
Okay.
losing record in their history. I don't think they're gonna win a game. I don't think they're gonna win a game.
Rest of the year? Rest of the season?
Eagles, they're coming off a very
I'll tell you.
subpar win against the Colts.
Mhm.
But I mean, they just came off a bye 2 weeks ago. They're gonna start rolling again. They're the best team in the NFC. Packers are not any good. I think I'm calling Eagles they're gonna smack them like maybe like 31-17. Rodgers, I mean, it's going to be a tough year for him, man. He's going to be crying a lot because
He's going to be a Raider, bro.
No, he's
Yeah, man.
not.
I feel sorry.
That's hey,
He's not
the
going to be a
Raiders-
Raider.
He's
bro.
going to be a Raider.
You really
Aaron
think
brought
the
up the
Packers?
article.
You really think the Packers?
Hey,
You really
listen.
think the Packers want Derek Carr?
Aaron, did you put what you put in the chat today? What's your show?
Hey, it said that there's a possibility that Derek Carr and Packers can swap quarterbacks.
Now that being said, who's been saying that all year?
I got to give it to my man B, man. He was saying it all year.
That's fair, but hey, I've been saying it. I've been saying it for years. Anthony Davis is going to be Chicago Bull, but it ain't going to happen.
No, that's different, though. This is
different.
This is
football. This is football. We're not talking about that.
We're not talking about pull the eight.
This is football, not balls. Okay.
I'm just saying. I feel like why would the Packers want Derek Carr?
They're looking for the investment. So I think if they do that move, it'll be a pick and involved with it. So I think it'd be Derek Carr in a pick, because if you can't move on from Josh McDaniels because of how much money his contract is, and the Raiders don't have money. They're paying off a stadium right now, plus all those contracts they have. So they have to go the route of like a reinvestment. So what do? Move Derek Carr? Maybe it is an even swap. Maybe it's player for player, but I think Aaron Rodgers is worth more. So maybe it's Derek Carr and a second. I can see that being the move. But just be on the lookout. You boys got the inside scoop. I don't know who is up here. I got the inside scoop.
They could go with Derek Carr.
And still be competitive.
I don't think that's their long-term answer, though. They probably look, if they have think about it. If they have a really bad season, which I'm predicting, they're not going to win another game. They're going to be a top 5 pick, so they could easily take a quarterback in the top 5.
They too. That too.
Sit them for a year and have Derek Carr. Why not?
Or even go get a wide receiver top 5 pick and try to see if Derek Carr can be that guy.
I don't think the Raiders would do that, because why would you want?
Go all in.
Why would you want Aaron Rodgers?
Why would
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
No, my whole thing is like, why build for only a couple of years when you can build for longevity and get a decent quarterback?
They have a win now roster, though. They're not trying to play for the future.
They still have a win now roster, and we'll have a second-year quarterback. What do you mean?
But longevity. They're not going to build, but they're not going to be high.
It's not about longevity.
They're like the third pick.
Yeah,
we're the third pick. The Bears are the third pick. Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay, fine. Raiders are top 5
for me right now. What can you do for me right now? You need to, if they have all this talent and still can't win, they need to go all in, because people are going to lose their jobs, and then families are not going to eat.
Okay, but at the same time, you really think Derek Carr is the answer? Well, okay, let's backtrack. The whole reason why Devontae Adams went to the Raiders was because of Derek Carr, right? I don't think that project was all finished yet.
I don't think he went because of that. He went because he got paid. Well, it was a team that was going to pay, and then he was like, "Oh, and my boy's there. Like, my boy's there is a plus, but they're really going to pay me." That's really what the move was for. And then he's going to go, "Okay, well, my boy's okay." Like, he played with him now. He's going to be like, "Well, compared to Rodgers, yeah, I'm probably going to want to play with I'd play with Rodgers." Like, if you probably ask him straight up, besides him being his boy, he would play with Rodgers over Carr.
Now let me go with this argument. Why can't the Packers just pick a good receiver? Why does he have to go? Why does he have to go to the Raiders?
That's on them. If the Packers don't want to,
if the Packers receiver,
ask them
all the problems.
You are in the same thought process as every Packers fan, because every Packers fan is wondering why haven't they built around him.
So why would the Raiders risk a draft pick on doing that when they can?
Because you go from being maybe making the playoffs and winning some games to for sure making the playoffs and potential Super Bowl. Like, that's the difference from Derek Carr to Aaron Rodgers.
First of all, they're still in one of the hardest divisions, so I don't even think
it does.
Having Aaron Rodgers on that's make a big difference.
You're bugging.
I really
God, you're
don't
bugging.
think so.
Rodgers in a dome. Rodgers ain't got to worry about.
Don't have to do with anything.
He could chuck. That man
he
just
can chuck anywhere. He plays in Green Bay. I mean,
but that's what Green Bay is open.
In Green Bay, he can chuck anywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. That makes a difference. Weather. What do you, bro? So can I speak, or are you just gonna shake your head the whole time?
First of all, playing in Green Bay.
You're not even let me get my point across.
What I'm saying, playing in Green Bay is a big advantage. That's what I'm saying.
For what? Why is it what's the advantage?
Because you have teams like Miami that would be playing in Green Bay, and you can easily beat them in Green Bay because of the weather.
It doesn't
You playing
matter.
on a
It matters.
dome.
It doesn't
It
matter.
does matter. That's how
No,
you
it
win most of your
doesn't.
games in the playoffs.
Miami and Green Bay are two different conferences, and they already play people in the
Okay,
cold.
fine.
They play in
New
Foxborough. Isn't
Orleans,
Massachusetts cold?
Yeah, Massachusetts is cold. What's your point? And
Boston,
they barely
play
have a
they
hard
play the
time.
Patriots. They
That's
play the
besides
Bills.
the point. Their point is that the dome's
No,
gonna make
you're
Aaron
talking-
Rodgers better. That makes no sense. He's
Yes,
gonna
it
be
would
good no
make
matter
him
what.
better. It would make him better because he doesn't have
It
to
would.
worry about cold. He doesn't have to worry about wind. He
Who
doesn't have
cares
to
about
worry
that?
about
You
that.
think Tom Brady
That makes
cares
it
about
different.
that? Come on now, man. You gonna tell me
I
that?
forgot. You're always right. Always right, Romeo. That's what we're gonna call you now. Always right, Romeo.
I'm just saying. I think in essence,
AR. I'm gonna
why
start calling
would the
you AR.
Raiders? Why would the Raiders
AR.
want? Why would the Raiders want to get rid of that high draft pick for somebody like Aaron Rodgers?
I'd rather give up a
on the flip
second-
side. I think the Packers are just going to get a receiver. That's all they
You're
really
bugging.
need.
And that's what they're good. They need more than that.
They need more than
not
that.
at all.
They need more
Not
than a
at all.
receiver.
Not-
Yes, they
just
do.
beat
Yes,
the
they do.
Cowboys. They just beat the Cowboys, one of the
Cowboys
best defenses in the league. Did they
Cowboys.
not?
What do they do? That's all they do all
But
year.
they beat the Cowboys, one of the best defenses. In the
Oh,
league.
nice. One
Yeah,
game.
but they lost to Minnesota though.
Yeah, they lost them. They lost to
Minnesota
Minnesota.
just got
But
Minnesota just got their
worked
butts
by Eagles.
right by Dallas.
They got
Yeah.
worked so bad they took them off national television. They was like, all right, we're gonna put you to another game.
I just
This
think,
game's 21-0.
They said,
Well,
they said
okay.
we're gonna watch the Pittsburgh Cincinnati game because you guys y'all look like hot
this
trash.
is just ass whipping.
I just think the Packers aren't that. What's the word? Written. I don't know what the right word is.
You're
But
right.
I just don't think
You're
the
a Bears
Packers
fan
be willing. No,
that says they're not written off. The Packers. So
No,
the
I just
Packers
think-
need. But why is that?
they're
though?
not risk takers.
What? But what? Why? So let's say
They're
this
very
right. The
conservative.
Packers.
They've always
The
been.
Packers are still a playoff team with Rodgers.
When's the last time
You
the
add
Packers
wide
have ever
receiver.
taken- they've always
you add a
broken
wide
down.
receiver, right? Let's say you add a wide receiver.
Mhm.
They become a playoff team, right? That's what you're saying. And
I'm
who's
saying
the
they
reason
draft.
why?
I wouldn't
Who's
say
the
they
reason
add.
why though?
What
Who
do you
makes who's the reason why they're a playoff team? If the Packers don't have who's the well
Packers
what's the
have
difference? Where
Rodgers.
they so
Quarterback. Okay.
he knows he's the truth, so he ain't got nobody around him. He gone. Why wouldn't I? Why? And that's why the Raiders are like, it's enticing. He's not gonna say no to us because we have a defense and we have running back Josh Jacobs and we have Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfro and Darren Waller. And like, why wouldn't we put Aaron Rodgers in this position where the last time he won a Super Bowl, he had this kind of offense where he had all these kinds of weapons? Like, why wouldn't we go get him? Like that's
Right.
it's the perfect hand in hand.
Yeah, it would
And
be
Derek
like-
Carr
it would
and the
be like
Packers are still
Peyton.
getting
I just don't.
the
think
Packers are getting
are-
Derek Carr, that is still a competitive QB.
he's
That's
not.
not that can still he is one. Yes, he is. He's just
Yeah.
in a tough, just like how you were just saying. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be different.
Then what's the point? Might as well get a young quarterback and still.
You're bugging.
build
No,
him.
I take Aaron
Look for the
Rodgers, and
future
everybody
instead of
here
the
and
now.
everybody
Okay,
in
so
the
you have
world would take
young
Aaron Rodgers.
quarterback that-
Yeah,
you
you're
have
right.
a young
Everyone.
quarterback with that you don't know they have potential, but you don't know their future. Instead of
You're
getting
wasting
Hall of
years.
Fame Aaron Rodgers, you know what you're gonna get.
You're yeah, and
My-
you're
my
wasting
point is,
players.
okay,
You're wasting your
But
players'
my
years.
my point is, the Packers wouldn't be willing to take a risk like that. They wouldn't be doing
Well,
that.
on Derek Carr. If I'm getting
getting rid
and
of Aaron Rodgers. That's what
what's
I'm
the
saying.
risk?
But what's the
There's-
risk?
they
He-
never-
You let him
he's
walk.
not
You
on
keep him and let him walk.
Play like 3
No
years.
matter what, that's their
No,
thing.
but
They
you
don't
keep
take,
him and
they
let him
draft
walk because he's
within.
gonna walk.
He's
Because
not
that's what's
gonna
gonna
walk.
happen.
He's not
If
gonna
he
walk. If he was
he's
gonna
gonna
he'd
walk.
already. If
He's
he was
gonna
he'd-
walk.
Oh my gosh.
He don't
He's
even
not
like
gonna
his
walk.
coach.
He's
You
not
know,
gonna
man.
walk, dude.
He's gonna walk. He
He's
would
not gonna
walk.
walk.
You're bugging. He
They're
would walk.
conservative, bro. They're gonna give him the money no matter what. That's what makes Green Bay. No one's gonna. First of all, you got to.
Yeah, but you got to think of him though. You got to think of what he wants. If he wants to
That's
compete
what
and he wants to
wants.
win,
He
he'll
would have
go.
left. He would have left already. There's so many teams he could have gone to in the past that he didn't
There was
go to.
those
Why?
only other one. There was only one other team that he was tied to, and that was Denver. That was the only team
San
that was kind of tied.
Francisco was a big
Denver.
one. What are you talking about? San Francisco. Was a
San
big
Francisco
one?
went after they went and drafted their future QB. That's a team that said we're going with the future route.
Yeah.
But guess what you do doing that? You waste time on your current assets. Crosby, all
Okay,
these
let me
defensive
ask you this
players,
then.
all these
Why
wide
didn't-
receivers, you're
If
wasting.
this is
they-
all,
they
if,
move
okay,
for a
let me ask you
rookie.
this: if all this is true, why didn't the Raiders get Tom Brady?
They did.
What do you
try to-
mean?
They
'Cause
didn't get Tom
because
Brady. Why?
They committed to Carr.
But why?
But why?
Because
What?
they committed
Why
to
did they
Carr.
commit to Carr? Why?
I don't know. Ask them.
Because
They committed
That's
to
my
Carr.
point. No,
The reason is
because
because
they
Tom
were
Brady
thinking about
chose.
longevity. No, that's because they're thinking
No.
longevity. Yes, that's
I
why.
didn't think about longevity when Derek Carr proved that he was a good quarterback. That he
Exactly.
had weapons, and he proved that.
Exactly.
He proved that last year.
Exactly. That is exactly
I
why
think
they
there's
went on. They
one,
went.
bro.
I don't think it's longevity. I think it's somebody that is a big part of the fan base there, right? And somebody that's a big part of that team, and somebody that they were like, he can be the future with McDaniels. And the whole time, it could have been Josh that said, I want to keep him too. On top of that,
Yeah.
because in reality, it could be that like, oh, I can work with Carr. Me and Carr could work. I don't want to move on from Carr. I don't want to make another decision.
Which
I want to do
Tom
anybody
Brady
else.
or with
And then with Brady it was like what Brady was last year, right? Brady was supposed to be last year.
2 years ago. But
2 years
John
ago,
Gruden was still there.
that was John Gruden. John Gruden want to deal with that. That's John Gruden want to go in there and have control of his team. If he
Right.
has Brady,
Which is what Aaron Rodgers wants.
yeah. So again, John Gruden, different coach from Josh McDaniels, right? So
We
Josh
don't know
McDaniels,
that.
how did Josh McDaniels do with Brady? Right?
I mean, he did.
They
How
did
do we
good.
know
They
Josh
had a good
McDaniels?
offense.
Yeah,
Because he was the offensive
he
coordinator.
probably didn't
What
do
you mean?
anything for all we know.
No, but he's the offensive coordinator, so they did work well together. As for
That's not.
them
We went
working
over
with,
this. We went over this before. We half the time we only think it's actually the offensive coordinator really calling everything. And in the sense of
but
Rodgers,
we
I'm sure he calls
know,
everything.
but we know Belichick calls the defense. I mean, you have to give some credit, just how we
Right.
give the credit to some credit to the offensive coordinator right now in Tampa. You give some to him, right? You don't. I mean, it is Brady. Brady's running an offense, yeah, but those plays are technically the offensive coordinator's plays, right?
Yeah, but all those offensive coordinators or coordinators in
So
general.
okay,
for
you're
Patriots have
doing
been
you're just trying to discredit everything that we say.
No,
You're trying to
I'm
discredit
just
it. So
saying.
let me
I'm
finish so
just
I
saying.
can let
Okay.
me say what I can say is before you discredit this as well, because that's what you like to do. You discredit. So what we're saying, right, is McDaniels had Brady. Even if Brady ran the system, it was still McDaniels' system and it worked well. Why wouldn't Tampa, Las Vegas go, well, let's go get Rodgers and have him do the same thing? Because when Rodgers runs a system, Rodgers play as well, right? So that's
Right.
so why wouldn't we go get a quarterback like the closest thing to Brady, right? Veteran that can win games, right? Why don't we go get that and then he already has the tools here. He'll have all the receivers. We don't have to go out and buy. He just has to come here and play and win.
I completely see what you're saying. My thing is, I don't think the Packers would be willing to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, so my thing is, you have to look at then from the standpoint of what are you doing by keeping him though?
It's
like really
for the
keeping
fans. It's for the fans that pay for the team.
You're
Like,
thinking
what more
about
do you want?
but they're a business though. At the same time though, like you have to look at future investment, right?
The fans run
the
that
investment,
team, bro. The fans run that team. At the end
again,
of the day.
doesn't matter. Again, it's at the end of the day, it's the investment, right? So we run this team in Chicago, right? But if they move to Arlington Heights, then what? We didn't run it, right? It's who runs it though?
Bay, but half the investors in Green Bay are fans. That's what I'm trying to say.
Again, that's fine, but there's one person that gets to say so. They don't go ahead and send pieces of mail to every fan and go, "Hey guys, check yes or no if you want to trade Rodgers." They don't do that. Do they do that?
I just don't think Rodgers would be willing to leave because
why would you say that?
But now it's not Rodgers willing to leave. It's the Packers.
I think it's both.
First it's the Packers.
I think
then
it's the Packers,
or
I think it's both. I think the Packers wouldn't be willing to want to get rid of Rodgers, and I don't think Rodgers wants to leave. It's both. In essence, I think Rodgers has kind of destined his situation of being the guy in Green Bay and knowing that he controls everything. I'm sure he gets a lot of love every day from Green Bay fans all the time. He's part of big history in Green Bay. And he can get pretty much whatever he wants at the end of the day. I mean, all they need is a good receiver and they're back into the loop of things in essence. I mean, look what he's done with Christian Watson. The dude threw 3 touchdowns.
That was Aaron Rodgers and that was Love, Brett Favre. You know how long he stayed there? You know, he wanted to be a Green Bay Packer forever. You know what I mean? But look what happened to that. That's the same situation.
I get that, but I think in essence, the difference is the Packers don't have a pretty good backup plan with this, and I think they're very conservative about that.
I don't think the Packers have a plan at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so why
So,
just
yeah, they're not gonna draft. So
omit
they're gonna
everything?
start drafting. So why not? This is the time to rebuild for them. Like at this moment, you do move on from him to get stuff for him. Like
But let
holding
me
him
ask you
does
this.
nothing for you.
What is the Packers really missing for them to be a Super Bowl team?
But a rookie wide receiver is not gonna be it, bro. It's not gonna be a rookie wide receiver.
They're missing
Oh, go
everything
get
but a quarterback.
like
They have a solid defense, I will say. I think their defense is
okay,
pretty
but they can
solid.
do but nah.
I mean,
like
Their running backs
four
are
and seven
great.
doesn't show a solid defense.
Hey, their running backs are great. Their line's pretty good.
Okay.
The only thing they're really missing in my eyes
Line's been
is
okay.
a solid receiver. And
Yeah, but
I
they're not
think-
gonna get that in
I
the
don't
draft.
think-
This
I
way,
think they can. I think they can.
look, Rodgers had how many great receivers all his whole career, and how many Super Bowls has he won? How many Super Bowls has he been to?
He's
He
been
only
to
been
two. Been to two.
He's been to
Been
two.
One.
It's
Sorry,
been a
I
one.
apologize.
Been a
No,
one
one.
and one.
Been to
And
one.
guess what? They've never invested in a wide receiver core for him. Never.
But he's had great receivers. What are you talking about?
The year he won a Super Bowl, and that's
in
it.
general,
Maybe a
boy-
year
my
two,
boy,
a year
my
after
boy had
that.
Greg
Ooh.
Jennings.
yeah, Jordy Nelson.
Again, that's the year he
Devontae
won the
Adams,
Super Bowl. Like
he's
2
given him-
years. So like he has Adams. He had one guy. Again, you need to build a core. One guy's not going to change the game because obviously Adams is gone. How long he's been with Adams and it didn't do
Exactly.
anything? What do you mean?
Had Adams for years, and look,
Yeah, and it,
they were in what was it? A couple years ago, they were in the NFC Championship game. Look,
Right.
what happened? They still didn't. It didn't work. It didn't work. So
all you have to do is stop
something gotta
one
give.
thing. Stop
something gotta
one.
give.
I still think.
That's a-
think.
All right, how about this? You're Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I stay in Green Bay and wait for that drafted wide receiver that's going to change the game. Or I go to Vegas and I have all these weapons. I have these tools, new stadium, new
You
look.
essentially have 3 more seasons with a good core to maybe win another Super Bowl before
have
you
the
ride off
idea
into the
to compete
sunset.
for a Super Bowl. Let's say really compete for a Super Bowl,
Mhm.
right? Because look at the NFC North right now.
Right.
Complete trash.
Would you rather be NFC North or the AFC West?
It's not a so
AFC
if
West.
we're looking
At the
at
end of the day.
competitive.
Come
No, but
on
if we're
now.
looking at competitive edge,
What's the easy route? What does Tom Brady do?
he did not take. He left the year. He left to
What
Tampa
is-
Bay and won
what
the
is-
Super Bowl after.
And that is
his
one of the
first season?
easiest divisions in the league right
Oh,
now.
you're
so-
bugging. But
Oh my
so
God.
and who do you have to play
Look-
though?
look-
Who do you have to
how
play
many-
though
how
to
many
win the Super Bowl?
Has right now.
What's up?
How many
How
wins
many
is Tampa?
right now?
They're in first. So what does it matter?
No,
This guy, bro.
I'm
So-
saying,
and-
would you rather really be in a division where you have to face Pat Mahomes, you have to
yeah, but
face
you pay some
Justin
okay.
Herbert, and then you have to
Okay.
face
Justin Herbert that y'all call
Russell
trash. You call
Wilson.
trash for a
you have to-
second.
and
so.
you have to face Russell Wilson on
Trash.
oh,
Oh
Russell
my
Wilson.
gosh, guys.
Don't
Russell
mention-
Wilson's past his prime
He's
one.
trash.
You, Justin Herbert, you called him trash not too long
I
ago.
didn't. I never
last
called him
couple of
trash.
episodes.
I didn't call him trash. I said he throws darts. I
was
never
the one
said
that-
that.
I'll
Y'all-
throw those darts.
y'all
But
tripping.
besides that,
Would
he
you
doesn't
rather?
cause his own
So would you
offense.
rather?
He
Would you
doesn't
rather
do
face
anything.
that? Would
That's
you
why he
rather
throws
face
his
that?
darts.
Would you rather face that, or would you rather face Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, and Justin Fields?
Okay, so all you do is win a division in that standpoint, right? But you can still be a wild card. So what's the difference?
You could still be a wild card. I mean, and that's the difference is if you can even make the playoffs. That's an if you can make the wild card.
You
What are you
can
talking
though.
about?
That's the
Both.
thing. What do you mean? You can make the wild card.
Not in that. I don't.
You can have wild cards. Well, not in that division because
Not
they
in
play
that,
them.
well, that
They
division,
don't play
you
them all
have to-
17
that
games.
division's
They play them
more
twice.
That division. Well, I'm saying is that division would be a lot harder to be a wild card than it would be in an NFC North.
Of course, like
Right.
but that's a divisional win though. You're looking at if you're going to NFC North, you're winning the division. If that
Yeah,
point,
that's a higher.
But you're not
seed.
worried
You're
about
getting
wild
Green
card.
Bay, and you're getting the Green Bay fan base along with the
But-
weather. That makes it
but-
even easier to win.
Yeah, but you gotta face a up and coming Bears team they're still in a sense
You're always going to face an
almost-
up-and-coming Bears, though. That's always been the narrative for years to come.
it has, but this is the time that you see the leap. You see that leap that it's
That's
actually
fair.
going into effect.
Man, defending
Minnesota-
the
I'm for
Packers,
it. I'm
defending the Packers,
I'm
and just
for
shitted
it.
on his Bears.
I'm not shitting on the
Bears
Bears.
fan right
All
there.
I'm
That's a
saying-
Bears fan right there.
all I'm saying-
Detroit's
all I'm
Bears for
saying-
Hall of Fame Bears fan right
unpredictable.
there.
You know,
All I'm
Minnesota
saying,
is
right.
Minnesota.
right.
You know,
Minnesota's
But
trash. They're
honestly-
the most overrated
Honestly,
team in
the
the NFL.
only thing that's really held back Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have been injuries and just
And
needing
Green
a
Bay.
receiver. That's it. That's
And
honestly
they have
it.
receivers and they don't do
They don't
anything.
have
He needs to
receivers.
go if he had Devontae Adams. We can
They
go in
have-
circles. We can do laps all day around this. You can say that
They have
the cold and Packers fans are gonna be the reason why he wins, which like I don't that makes no
Okay,
sense to me.
how about
It
this?
still makes the
What
team
I
fine. He
feel-
wins the division. He wins the division, but what is he gonna do in the playoffs when he plays those top teams? He ain't
Right.
gonna do nothing. He's just gonna
Yeah,
bounce.
but he's more likely to be in the playoffs in the NFC North than he is with the AFC West.
But
Because
he
the
has a
thing is,
better
he has a
team.
better team.
He has a better team.
How do
We don't know
how-
that.
First of all, how do we even know if it's the quarterback that's the problem in the Raiders situation? How do we know if it's not the coach?
Though that's the thing, you don't know. But it's
Right.
the same.
So why would he risk that when he could just stay with Matt LaFleur and everything's good connected?
Because Josh
Because he-
McDaniels has a track record of winning. That's
Dude,
why
but what do you mean? He has a weird.
he's part of a coach.
And every coach that
What
comes out
is
of the
he-
Belichick tree has done terrible. So what are
Okay,
you talking about?
We do
And
okay
he's been a
again.
head coach before, and it was
Yeah,
terrible.
and then he went back.
That's
Yeah,
what's
he
the
had 1 year
difference?
That's a Hall of
again,
Fame
So what's the
quarterback.
difference? So why
I-
risk that when you could just stay with LaFleur and do
And not
just as
win?
well and still be in
and
the
not
same-
win
He's had one bad
and
season,
not win.
and you guys are
But
getting mad.
It
about
doesn't
that.
matter. He doesn't win, Romeo.
A lot
It's
of
all about
quarterbacks
Super
have
Bowl
only-
championships.
Oh my
It's all about
God.
Super Bowl championships.
You know what the
Romeo.
problem is?
He can be the
You know what the
greatest.
problem is?
It's all about
You
Super
really
Bowl
want to know what the
champions.
problem is? Honestly,
That he
the
doesn't win a
problem-
Super Bowl
Let me-
championship.
let me
Yes,
explain-
exactly
you're
the
gonna Let me
problem.
explain. No, the problem is everyone's trying to become Tom Brady, and no one's ever going to be that. At the end of the day,
Which
one
is exactly
Super Bowl
what you
is
want
just
from
a lot.
him. You want him to be there all year and win all these championships
I mean,
that he's not going to do.
No, I don't because I'm a Bears fan. But
Well, it's
what I'm
obviously
trying to
the
say-
opposite. You're rooting
No,
for him to
no,
be
I'm
there.
not
I
rooting
need
for
him to
him.
be
I'm
on the
saying-
Packers.
I'm not. What do you? I'm saying logically, no. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers should say with the Packers in his mindset. I think that would be better for him, and
So he can
think-
coast.
Yeah,
Fine. If that's all that is just a coast, then so be it. If that's what it is. He's better for him to coast than he just becomes he becomes.
I don't think he'd
To me, the
coast,
most
though.
trash
That's the
QB,
problem.
the most
I-
trash
I-
QB in the NFL.
I don't think he'd coast though. I think he'd be in the
That's
same
what-
situation. It's just
No, but then
he gets
he
close.
would be
It's the
coasting
same thing as
because
the
he's-
Cowboys. It's the same
He's just
thing.
he's gonna coast in the
same
NFC.
thing.
He's gonna coast in the NFC North because nobody's gonna be good, right? Because that's what you just said. It's the easiest division. Why would he go anywhere else? He
Right.
could just win
Yeah.
it there, so he would just coast and then bounce in the first round or second round because that's what they do. That's
That's
what the
not
Packers
true.
do.
Though. They don't always bounce the first.
Pull up,
round.
pull it up. All right, not the first round. Let's just pull up the fact that he always gets bounced every playoffs. Pull it up.
Okay.
Just pull it up. Pull it
I'll
up.
pull it
man.
up.
I mean, tell me how many
it's
playoffs
not-
has he
it's
lost
not-
since he won his Super Bowl? And
Why-
what
why-
does staying in
why
Green
would
Bay
you-
do for
so,
you?
So then you rather go to the AFC West?
I
and
rather
not even
take
make the playoffs ever again?
but you don't know that, dude.
You
You're
do
just
know that.
saying no. So Aaron Rodgers goes to the Raiders and they're worse.
I mean, it's not
Are
that
they
they're
just as
worse.
bad?
It's just possibly against a division like
that
that.
makes no
Yeah,
sense.
against
No,
all
that's
those teams. Yeah, possibly.
Nah,
Yeah,
you're bugging.
Yeah.
Rodgers makes that team 10 times better.
I think he makes them
And they
slightly
win.
better. Yeah, but I think the record might be a couple ones more. But at the end of the day, you still have to deal with the Chiefs,
That's
the
one
Chargers,
team.
and the Broncos.
The Chargers are not that good, bro. They really aren't.
Okay.
Their defense, all these defensive players, and what have
You're
they
talking
done?
about how they almost just beat the Chiefs twice, and with
Okay,
injured
and
dudes,
guess what they
like,
do?
Come on now.
And guess what? What
Oh
happens
my
every time?
gosh.
They
Oh my
lose.
Gosh. Okay.
I don't want to hear it. I like
I think as
Chargers.
a Raider,
The Chargers
I think
go
as a
add more
Raider,
players, and they don't.
I
do
think as a
nothing.
Raider, because Justin Herbert's been doing very successful, and he's a young guy that's built into the system. That's why I think the Raiders are going to go that route. That's what I'm thinking. As far
So
as
now you think the Raiders are going to go draft? No, I don't think you draft. The only thing that scares the worst part about drafting a QB, especially where
the
they're going to
longevity,
pick
that's
in.
what I'm saying.
The problem is this though, dude. It all depends on how deep this draft is going to be on QBs, right? And in reality, the top QBs are all going to be drafted high. And if they're not in that top 10, which they more than likely will be, right? Then yeah, but then at that point, my thing is, this is why I think of them. This is why I don't think they go QB, bro. In reality, the reason why to me is because they have players that are win now players.
That's
They
fine,
don't have
but-
players that
okay.
want to wait a year or two to develop. That's
When
why
did Russell
Devontae
Wilson?
Adams.
What year
hits
did
the
Russell
ball.
Wilson win a Super Bowl? His
Who,
second
what,
year, right?
his second year.
right?
Yeah,
Why
but
can't it be the
that's
same situation with the Raiders?
different players. Like you got to
It's
think
not
about
different.
that was
It's just
yes,
as
because that
good of a
roster was
team.
no, but the Seattle roster was built up just like how Russell Wilson was built up. Nobody was really thinking Seattle was a serious contender until
And
Russell's second year.
Russell, yeah, Russell won his second year, but it
You don't
wasn't
say
because
the defense. Yeah, I know it's
it
the
was the
defense.
defense. Like
That's
I mean,
that's true.
He got
LOB.
better. He got better as the time went
Okay.
on, but because they won that year was because the defense was so dominant. I mean,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like
I could see that. Yeah,
And
no,
Marshawn too.
Legion of
Let's
Boom.
not forget
That's-
Marshawn.
That's great, but at the end of the day, he still had weapons and a great coach, or at least a decent coach.
They're not. I just don't see it, especially with somebody like you have somebody like Devontae Adams that wants to win like now rather than later.
You just said he's in there for the money. You didn't say anything about him being with a quarterback. That's what you just said. So how would you know?
Didn't
that?
I just say that wasn't
I mean,
this the whole thing saying
it's a-
Rodgers
it's a
going there
business.
would be the QB? Like, bro, you're bugging.
It's their
You're
players.
bugging.
It's at the end of the day, so they're gonna get their money. That doesn't mean
Right.
they don't want to win.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
I
So
think
It's not like he went to a really really bad team.
So then-
Raiders made the playoffs last year. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Team that made the playoffs and that has actually weapons on the team. Like, you know, I don't.
If the experiment didn't work out Green Bay between Adams and Rodgers, what's going to make any difference on the freaking Raiders?
there's
because
more
more-
weapons. There's
more-
more
I mean,
weapons
is
for
there though?
Rodgers.
Is there
There's
though?
a better talent.
What's the difference between Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs? I mean, one's younger.
Okay, who's the tight end for the Packers?
The Packers.
They've
Tell
had
me.
decent. They've had
Tell me,
decent.
no, I
tight ends.
want you to name this. Name the
He's not
starter.
there.
Right now, it's Robert Tunyon.
He's
Okay.
not Darren Waller.
Not Darren
Not-
Waller.
Darren Waller hasn't done anything in this past year, guys. So don't tell me he's really good.
But if he has Aaron Rodgers, what's the
Nobody has
difference?
done anything this
No,
year.
no. If he has Aaron Rodgers, what's the
if-
difference though?
it doesn't matter.
There's a
At the end of the
difference.
day,
Yes,
the
there is.
experiment's still the
It's-
same, though. But at the end
That
of the
does
day-
matter.
the end of the
That
day-
does
The end of the
matter.
day, the
That's what you
experiment's still
don't
the
get.
same.
That's
Okay.
what you don't get.
What I get.
does
what I
matter.
get. What I get is the
It
experiment's still
does.
okay. Whatever.
It does, and you keep saying it
Let-
doesn't.
let-
And if the fact that you say Aaron Rodgers going to a team doesn't make them better is wild to me. That's the most wildest thing ever. Because
I never
would
said.
make them better.
I never said that they wouldn't be better. I said they wouldn't even. They might not even make the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. Why would you risk that?
Because I want to win now QB, not a QB that's some games and great other games. I want a QB that I know what I'm getting out of,
You
and I
can't be
know
a
what I'm
win
getting
now.
out
You
of
can't be a
Rodgers.
win now quarterback. They're in a tough division, so regardless, they're gonna be
He
losing.
can
So
be
why
a
not
win.
build
He
for
is a win now.
longevity?
You're not.
Okay, and that division, good luck, buddy. All right, man. Let's go with the
Yes,
picks.
get
We're
your
going way off.
final word in, and then switch subjects.
All right,
It
go
makes
ahead. Say your
perfect
final
sense.
word.
No,
Say
go
your
ahead.
final
You
word.
go ahead
Let's turn over
and
this
change
to
it.
me.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. In that division, it's very hard. There's no way it's.
Yeah, like
you see the
said,
Chargers.
Russell Wilson,
What we said. What did we say earlier? You said Justin Herbert was supposed to be a top 3 quarterback. Now he's looking kind of on the fence right now. A lot of people are saying that, right?
Yeah,
So
but
why wouldn't Aaron Rodgers be any different? And he's older.
what are you talking about? Now you're talking about Justin Herbert.
No, I'm just saying.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm saying being in that division, it's definitely hard. That's what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah,
Aaron
but
Rodgers,
Justin Herbert's downfall is because of his injury right now. He's hurt. He's playing hurt,
Aaron Rodgers
and he
gets hurt a
doesn't
lot.
have the weapons. All of his weapons are hurt.
Okay.
And low key, their defense, as much as it has all these names, they ain't playing that well. Let's be honest. Their defense was supposed to be a top 5 defense, and they really ain't playing top 5 defense. In reality, let's be real. They're really not. Let's be like for real. No, for real. They went in, got Khalil Mack. Everybody expect him. We've been seeing Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack hasn't been the same since his first year with the Bears. He was never the same after that. So, like, to me, it's like they're supposed to be a top 5 defense. You got Khalil Mack, and it was like, oh, he takes a little bit off Joey Bosa now. Now they got the DBs. They're about to be crazy, and they just haven't been. It's like that's why to me it's like really you only really have to worry about is Patrick Mahomes, and that's a good like the Raiders. Yeah, maybe they're the team that drafts for defense. Maybe they don't go offense. Maybe they go get corners and they go get DBs and they go get linemen and defensive linemen. Like their D line's pretty good.
But you'd have to give up your draft picks to get Aaron Rodgers. That's what I'm saying too.
You give up one pick, and Rodgers.
I'm gonna give
is
up
not
just
gonna...
one. Come on now. You don't give just
Hey,
one pick and Derek Carr.
They could trade Henry Ruggs the third.
This nigga, come on, man.
I'm just
Come
saying.
on,
I'm just
man.
saying. That's what I'm saying. The
I mean, so-
longevity is not there for the Raiders, and you see it in this tough division. Maybe they're not thinking, hey, you know what? It's
I
not gonna
don't
work
think
out with
so.
this division. Let's just
You know
get
how much
someone
money
young.
they put all that money spent on that stadium, and they're thinking,
That's
let's
fine.
rebuild.
Dude. That stadium's gonna make money regardless. You know how many fans are gonna go to that game to Las Vegas to watch a football game? Come
I don't
on
think
now,
so.
bro.
I
Oh
don't
my
think so.
gosh. Are you kidding me,
They-
dude?
now
Are you
starting to-
kidding me, bro?
I mean,
no
a part
matter
of
what,
it,
that stadium's
a
gonna
part
make
of it,
lots of
it's
money.
not gonna be stacked though.
It's like
not gonna be
Charger
packed.
games. No one goes
Yeah,
to
you
the
know who
Charger
had
games
a
with the
stadium
Charger
that
fans.
was
It's
really
fans
brand
from
new
other
and that
teams.
it went to shit? The Miami Marlins. Remember Marlins had a real nice stadium after they won. They
That's
built
a
this
fairly new
beautiful
team, though. We're talking
thing.
about the. Oh
And
my god.
God, I'm just talking about the idea of investing in a stadium and it went to shit. That's what I'm just showing an example. I'm not saying that that's what'll happen. I'm just
$5
saying, but
billion
like, you
$5
know, hey,
billion
let's
for 1-6.
Okay,
1 and
but
16. I'm sorry.
let's be on. Let's just state the fact that baseball and football are way two completely different things because
I just again investment on stadiums. That's all I said. It wasn't
That's
investment on
fair.
stadiums are not different things because those are both stadiums, right?
but
So let's be
more people
let's,
go to football games than baseball games. There's
I'm
162
again.
games.
All I said was investment on stadiums. That's all I
Okay.
said.
My thing is at the end of the day, I
You're
don't think
right.
Vegas Raiders really are in a rush. They want to make that money, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so they're thinking longevity. Granted, yeah, you can make money getting Aaron Rodgers. That's great, but are you going to win games?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but you're right. You're right. You're right. They won't win games. You're right. They won't win games. You're right.
They won't go out. They won't get
They
out of
won't.
the division easily.
They won't
That's all
either.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you're right.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But even
All right.
even if they don't win the division, they'll make the playoffs. That doesn't mean they're gonna face Kansas City. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Kansas City knocked out, and they can still win the whole thing.
At the end of the day, like
there's 6
I
other
get,
teams that's in the playoffs.
yeah, like regardless, at the end of the day, you're playing the best of the best. Whether it's the NFC or the AFC, you're always gonna play the best of the best. And yeah, him going to right. Let's say it, him going to Oakland. Does that mean he's a Super Bowl contender? No, but does it better his chances? To me, I do believe so. I really think they do, and it's not because. Well, you know, yeah, that's a tough division. But if they make it to the playoffs and they play all these other teams that are just like pretty dog shit, like that just happen to make it to the playoffs, they can have an easy ride to make it all the way to the AFC championship game and just win that one game hard fought by a field goal. Like, you know, like that is the difference. Like to me, and can he do that in the NFC East? Yeah, but the problem is the Packers are just they don't have enough. Like that's really what it is, bro. Like that's why. To me, to go to NFC East, that you're gonna play probably other dog shit teams, but guess what? When your team's just as dog shit as the rest of them, it doesn't matter. Like it cancels each other out. So that's why I believe. That's the reason why I believe the Raiders is a better move, and they do get better. Like, are they Super Bowl champs better? Probably not, but playoff contention, yeah.
I also think the AFC is a lot harder than NFC, though.
It is.
That's just my.
Well, yeah, everyone knows that.
No, for sure. No, it is, but that's what I'm saying.
Well,
though.
think
Like,
about
that's what we're saying. Like
AFC dominated the majority of the Super Bowls from like the early 2000s into the mid 2000s. You know, like all you were seeing was Brady, Ben, or Peyton in the Super Bowl for a long time, winning rings.
Yeah,
So.
and I just be it is tough, but the difference is he has a better team. He does. And that's what makes the difference. A better offense, and yeah, maybe Josh McDaniels isn't. We know he hasn't had a great track record as a head coach, but we know he has a good offense because he had a quarterback that was able to run that offense and win Super Bowls with it. So that's the reason why I say maybe not him as a head coach, but his offense would work with a veteran coach, with a veteran quarterback like Rodgers that has the IQ and can throw and have all that. Like, so that's why.
All right. So are we gonna get?
I
to
have the
picks?
Eagles winning. Thank you. Thank you for watching the Fan Spectrum and Brandon and Romeo's segment of disagreements.
I know. I was trying not to. I know. All right. My prediction for the Eagles and Packers game, I'm gonna say, Eagles are gonna win. I mean, I don't know where they're playing, but
They're playing in
playing
at
in-
Philadelphia.
okay.
The
Yeah, I
Lincoln
think
Financial Field.
I think Eagles will win. I think. Yeah, no, they're just a good team, man. I'll say 21. No, I'll say like, because I feel like with the Packers, I feel like they can compete, but I don't I think they're getting hot. Because I mean they've been in these close games. It's not like they're getting blown out. So I will say I think it'll be a little closer. I think I'll say like 31-23 Eagles. Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
I'm going 24-17 Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 35-28 Green Bay.
Wow.
Upset alert.
That
Upset.
I got
He's been-
Philadelphia
that's
getting
why-
their second loss to
that's why
Green
he's been
Bay
so
because
quiet.
Aaron
All
Rodgers is the
back-to-backs.
man.
All back-to-backs.
That's
That'd be
why-
crazy.
That's what
not
because they beat the Colts.
No, back to
Yeah,
back.
not
Yeah,
all
they beat the
back-to-back.
Colts, but they
By one,
barely
right? By 1 point.
Barely
They're
beat the
talking-
Colts.
Owners
Barely.
walking around like, oh, you won
So
by
don't let-
1 point.
That's good. What makes you think? What makes you think they're gonna win, man?
I don't know. I just Green Bay's kind of turned it up.
Don't
a
give
little
Romeo
bit,
any fuel to the wide
No,
receivers.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
Like, is
I
it
still
because
think- I
because
still think
Rodgers
the-
got wide receivers?
No,
right?
I still pick the Eagles. So like I
Yeah.
still think I think the Eagles are just a better team. But no, like I
Well,
get where he's coming from. Like they definitely compete. It's not like they're not
Just
like
their
washed.
overall
It is
their
Aaron Rodgers.
overall league comparisons aren't too far off from each other, other than like the drastic seedings for their defense. Like Philly's got the second defense in the league, whereas like Green Bay is anywhere between like 15, not 15, like 20, 21 maybe. I don't know. But I knowing, kind of the numbers, yeah, you could just kind of see that, Green Bay's stepping it up. And you know what? Philly's really struggling right now as far as them firing on all cylinders. I think they're at a point right now in the season where it's catching up to them and they're realizing the pressure it is to keep such a good record. I mean, it's kind of nice to already have the first loss. It's not, you're no longer keeping perfection, but now it's about maintaining
Dominance.
what you've already, maintaining what you've already kind of did throughout the first 9 games of the season.
Well, you guys, let us know your thoughts for Sunday Night Football. By then you'll see Brandon do the cinnamon challenge, so y'all could look at that too. That'll be interactive.
Super excited.
That's on Instagram Live.
Instagram Live. Oh, it would have
Instagram
passed
Live,
by now,
baby.
but definitely check it out.
Watch this.
And make sure
Go
you
back
guys
and watch it.
make sure you
Play back.
guys let us know what you guys think. We'll probably put up a little picture by picture if you would pick McNabb or Hurts or Rodgers or Favre. Maybe do a poll with that as well. See your guys' views. I mean, I think those are decent comparisons between both. That was really fun. I like that a lot. And yeah, this is the fan spectrum.
Follow us on all
Don't-
social media, team.
Yes, follow us on.
to
don't
like
forget
and
to like,
subscribe on YouTube.
subscribe,
Yes, sir.
follow.
Yes, ma'am. Whoever watching this.
We also have Apple and Spotify podcasts. So make sure y'all, if you want to drive and you just got some time to kill,
You want to hear my
and
annoying
you're
ass
tired of-
voice?
you're tired of hearing, the Baby or Cardi B, whoever's on the radio. I don't know who's on the radio and I don't listen to the radio, but if you get annoyed of
cool
them,
guy.
you could just switch it over to us and hear my sexy voice.
Listen
along
to
with
fans.
these
The real
guys,
deal, Montiel.
along with these guys, and just check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all the good stuff. And I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving, and I gotta get that shopping going now. So there goes my bank
Broke
account.
nation, baby, broke nation.
Yeah, pretty
Broke
much.
together.
y'all have a good
Cyber-
one. Cyber
yeah.
Monday will be
Cyber
tomorrow.
Monday will be tomorrow.
So
Enjoy the Cyber Monday.
while you doing your Cyber Monday shopping and waiting to be in that queue, just check us
Think of
out.
us.
You can watch us, and maybe hey, we got some merchandise coming out. So you want to buy someone a little special something, we'll definitely get that going and ball rolling as well. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, man, we'll be out some games. I know we're gonna be planning to go to some games. We'll keep you guys updated on that too. Anything else you guys would like to say before passes out of session?
No, we're good. I'm waiting for you to hang up this damn phone.
You want me to hang up the phone? All right,
He
that's
said
the
bye
episode.
like 6 times, boy.
Hey,
That's
I love my people. I love my people. All right, y'all have a good day. Sayonara. Adios.
This is the fan
This is the fan
spectrum.
spectrum. Eso es
Thank you, Manny. Thank you,
fan
Manny.
spectrum.
What is that?
It's Spanish. This is the fan spectrum. It's
Sound like an evil villain.
I'm trying to do it in like
That's
Spanish.
Spanish. That's a Spanish accent, bro. That's
Eso
why you did.
Eso es el fan spectrum.